Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for April 9th. We are looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This pair closed down just by a little bit, did break the previous session's low, have somewhat of a trend line developing to the downside, at least short term. Had to look for long term for confirmation on that. We are looking for it to potentially go as high and hit some resistance around 82.05, possibly moving down and hitting support around 81.15. Now, we are looking for it overall to continue moving sideways with a slight bias to the downside. Let's take a look at the Euro-USD pair. This pair ran into previous areas of support before pulling back up, closed a little bit higher. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 132.15, possibly as low as 129.67. Look for some resistance around 131.50 and look for some support around 130.35. Now the pound US dollar pair, this pair gapped up by about 15 pips, did retrace that gap, did close higher, overall moving sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 159.94, possibly as low as 157.76. Look for some resistance around 159.50 and look for some support around 158.15. Now the U.S. Swiss, this pair closed down after surging, or closed up rather, but just by a little bit after moving to the upside. Pretty strong move, but pulled back significantly prior to that close. Look for it to potentially go as high as 0.9262, possibly as low as 0.9104. Look for some resistance around 0.9225, and look for some support around 0.9150. Now, as far as news analysis go, tomorrow we have the Bank of Japan releasing their rate decision. No time given. Consensus is that they're going to hold rates at 0.10%. Now, as far as what I'm looking at during this next session, the U.S. Swiss has created somewhat of a head and shoulders formation here over the past several sessions. Definitely looking for a trend line break to the downside. Got a little bit of ways to go for that to occur, but when that happens, we will definitely look for it to break to that downside. Pound US dollar pair has a pretty strong trend line that's been created over the past several sessions. You can see that we've touched that 1, 2, 3, 4 times, getting close again to it. We'll just have to see if this comes down or rather it moves higher, so keep an eye on that one. Have a trend line, by the way, to the upside as well. Has been hit 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So we do have somewhat of a consolidating factor to this pair, so we need to keep an eye on that, kind of a long-term view there. The Euro-USD pair, this pair has come back down to previous areas of support. Hit several times. We'll just have to wait and see. Rather it's going to break through that to the downside, or rather it's going to reverse and move higher. And the US-Japanese yen pair long-term view, you can see that it's been moving to the downside rather slowly. Put a trend line. This may be not quite as long-term as I'd prefer. But you can see that this trend line, we have it touched several times along the way. So it is starting to develop, moving to the downside. This also has one to the upside that's been developing. Hadn't really been touched that many times. 1, 2. Would like to see it pull back up and touch at least one more. But we do have this area here that is going between. So look for a break either below that, a close below that line, or reverse up to this point. Be potentially a good time to short. Just put your stop loss a little bit above and get a nice move to the downside. I hope that helps. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.